Hey, hello everyone. I hope you are doing well, and we just continue our Kubernetes training. So in the previous video, we have seen many things about Kubernetes volumes. We have discovered that how and why we need to use volumes. So this is really important, like we have seen, and we have discovered the anti-dir mode. We also have discovered the host path in the previous video, and in this video we will discover the NFS mount inside the Kubernetes cluster. So this is really easy, and that will be a really quick video, I think, and I hope for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click on the subscribe, and that allows you to support me, and like and comment this video. So NFS, what is NFS? The purpose of the NFS usage inside the Kubernetes volumes. NFS for network file system. So this is a file system shared through the network. So this is not really quick storage, because you have some latency, because you pass through your network to share volume like files or directory and stuff like that, and that depends about the latency that you have with your network. So this is not really ready with high performance, and generally, and of course, this is an external server that provides a specific NFS server. So this is a specific package that we need to install on it. So we will do that just after in the demo part. And in our example, what we will do, we will just reuse our K0S stack to have one server, and I just already created another server just next to this K0S server to install together the NFS server with some little stuff about the configuration, and that allows us to store data exactly like the host path, for example, but on an external server. And that means if you just delete your pod, restart your pod, or totally remove your server, your K0S server, your cluster servers, or totally your clusters, you can recreate your cluster and remount the same volume and restart where you stopped previously. So this is really interesting to know that, and because it's really easy to set it inside your cluster, and we will discover that. So this is exactly what I said. The worker, so this is our K0S stack, because we have only one server, and side of it we have our so another virtual server for our use case, but we will have NFS server installed on it, and we will share the NFS volume through the network, and we will mount it inside a specific pod inside our Kubernetes cluster. Some options that we can pass inside the specific volume dedicated to NFS. So the first thing is about the server. So a server means maybe a DNS or an IP to join this NFS server, and the path, because you are inside your NFS server and you can serve so many paths if you want, just to make some isolation or just organization of your data inside it. In the volume mount, you can use the read-only. So this is a universal settings about volume mount. We didn't discover that before, but we can set the read-only and set it to true if you want to mount a volume and that the user and the pod doesn't change the data inside it. You can set read-only, so specifically if you have especially if you have some sensitive data and you don't want to change them, you can set to true the read-only. You can set the subpath if you want, and you can set a subpath expression based on the pod name, because in each pod you have some environment variable dedicated to Kubernetes information like the pod name, and to use it inside the pod manifest, you can use it with the name of the environment variable like that, pod underscore name, and the dollar, but with parentheses, because you can't use a curly bracket or stuff like that. You need to use parentheses inside this manifest to use environment variable directly. Oh, so this is for the next video. Let's go for the demo side. Now we have two servers. The first one is our K0s10 server, so for the K0s stack, and the other is NFS for the NFS server. So I can connect on the left on the K0s10 like that, and on the right we can go on NFS like that. Okay, and on the left, if I just check my Kubernetes cluster, this is just one node without pod inside it. Okay, and the first thing that we need to do, we need to install on the right side, so on the KNFS server, the NFS server. Okay, so I can be root to go more quickly, and you can check in the video description. You can follow the link, and you can go on the video 30 about our GitLab repository. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to install like here the NFS kernel server. So this is the NFS server package. So it will be quick, and after that we can create a dedicated directory that we want to use to store our data like that. So this is /srv/data, and after that we can set like that the specific configuration for our NFS server to serve this new directory. So what we specify first the directory that we want to serve. The second thing that we need to set is the IP or the subnetwork that we want, where we want to share this volume. For example, here this is /16, like you can see, and of course my Kubernetes server worker is inside this subnet to work. And after that, some specific option about the NFS server, especially for this volume. So read-write on the server side, you can set it directly read-only, and that means that even if the pod don't set the read-only part, you can force it through the server. And after that, the synchronization, no root squash, no subtree check, and we push that inside the /etc export. So this is where the configuration about the NFS server is stored. Okay, so now it's okay. After that, what we need to do, we need to restart the NFS server and RPC bind, okay, for the remote binding. And after that, we can check with export fs-a that our so we can use -a just to load our configuration and to check if it's okay. You can use sudo or export fs because we are already root, okay, and we can use directly export fs and you can see that this directory is shared through for the entire subnet work here. Okay, and after that, for example, I can just put an index.html file just to test it with only equal 1 for this file, just to create a basic content inside it. Okay, so it's okay. Now we can create our first pod to use it. So to use it, and even if you use Kubernetes, you need and you need to ensure that on all worker nodes you have, or master nodes if you want to deploy some pods on the master node, but it's not really common. But you need to be sure that on the worker node you have the NFS command installed. So this is NFS client side, because this is not Kubernetes directly which mount all things that you need, mount the volume. This is under the hood, this is the NFS client and the NFS command package, which allows us to do that. Okay, so now it's okay. Now we can just run our pod. And how to do that? We can check the pod.yml like that. What we have inside it, we have the name of the pod, the web server, specifically the Nginx, and we want to mount a volume named HTML inside the mount path usr share nginx /html. So this is the default root directory for our Nginx, and we want to mount to create the volume HTML, and this volume HTML just configure NFS client based on the server name, the NFS server name, NFS, not server name, but NFS host based on IP here, but we can use also the DNS here. This is our NFS server. I can check just to be sure. Host name -i, upper I, it's okay. And we want to serve the SRV data like here. Okay, so it's okay. I can just register that, and now kubectl apply pod -f pod. Okay, and now we can check. Okay, of course we are in container creating, and after a few seconds, so we can add -oy just to have the IP of our Nginx pod, and that normally take few seconds again. It's okay. Now we have an IP for our pod, and we can use curl and make stupid curl on this IP, and the answer is 1, because this is exactly what we have inside our NFS. So I can change it. For example, with the echo here, I can put 2, for example, just to be sure. And if I use curl again, of course I have the content of my Nginx, and of course it works like that. And I can do the same thing, but inside the pod with kubectl. So what is the name of our pod? Yes, web server. So kubectl exec -ti, the name of the pod. So this is web server, like that. And after that, I just want to run a bash inside it, and I can use echo xavkey inside the usr share nginx html, like that, and the index.html file. And of course, if I just go outside and make a curl again, we have the answer xavkey. And if I just make a little cat on the srv data index.html, we have xavkey inside it. Okay, perfect, it works. And now I can just delete the pod name web server again, like that. Of course, if I double check here, I keep the content on our NFS server, and of course, if I just apply, I can create another pod or with just another name. To be sure, I can use the GraphKey pod like that, and I can use kubectl apply-f and the pod, and I can check again. Now I think we are running with a new IP. I can use the curl again here, and it's okay. I have GraphKey inside it. That's it for today. Thank you for following this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.